Hello everyone, and welcome back to Café Stella, Kanna's route, where we find ourselves yet again in a mysterious flashback. I'm in an unfamiliar room, but this isn't the old-fashioned room like last time. It's not a Japanese-style room with a tatami mat, but a Western-style one with a sofa.
Another weird dream.
行ってくる。
お父さん。
急いでいるんだ。話なら母さんとしてくれ。
あ、ごめんなさい。いってらっしゃい、お父さん。
Without so much as a glance towards the child, the man who was supposedly the father leaves the room.
行ってくるわね。お母さん。ご飯は冷蔵庫の中にあるから温めて食べなさい。じゃあね。いってらっしゃい、お母さん。
Without responding to her child, the woman who is supposedly the mother leaves the room as well. Alone now, the boy sits upon the sofa, hugging his knees.
ご飯一緒に食べたいな。なんでだろう。お腹痛い。
Whoa, you're not looking too good. Are you all right?
My voice doesn't reach the boy, however. Perhaps because this is a dream? The scene before my eyes grows hazy, and my vision fades to white. Then... I awake in the same bed as always.
What was that? It's not like I'm feeling sick or anything.
I shouldn't let it bother me too much, especially not first thing in the morning. It was just a dream, nothing to worry about.
Time to put on my morning music.
All right. Today is an important day. I need to be focusing on that.
No point in getting all worked up about it now. I've already decided where we're going.
Where are we going? Clap, clap, clap.
Mouseland. Just gotta make sure I don't miss my mark today.
Like Shiki-san said.
楽しく過ごすこと。トラブルがあっても、二人で笑い飛ばせれば成功だから。
At the very end of the horrible date, we just throw our heads back.
おろおろしない。余裕を持っていつもの雰囲気で会話とかすればいいから。とにかく特別を演出することにこだわらない。重要なのはそこじゃないから。いい？わかった？
Make it fun. Akazuki... Make Akazuki smile when we're together.
I go over my checklist, repeating today's objectives to myself.
You know, I'm glad he got the right message out of that. Because he could have gotten, alright, don't make it special. Okay.
Make it the
All
most
right.
bland.
Hey, we're going to McDonald's, but sorry, I left my wallet home.
Guess you're treating me. Enjoy. I leave my apartment while it's still early. First, I've got a bit of shopping to do. After finishing my shopping, I make my way to Café Stella.
Man, I'm feeling kind of nervous.
I come to this cafe almost every day. Yet, the nearer I get, the faster my heart seems to pound.
I never thought I was the type to get this jumpy, but I guess I was wrong.
I stop and take a few deep breaths. I can't let Akazuki-san see me like this when we're together. I need to get myself under control while I can.
All right.
Serenity now.
おはようございます。
Morning.
時間通りですね。
Not like I live that far away. Anyway, you ready to go?
もう行きます？ゆっくりしても平気なようでしたらコーヒーでも入れますけど。
Is it your special blend?
I like where this is going. No, not today. If you're ready, let's get going.
わかりました。
Nodding lightly, Akazuki-san puts on her outerwear and begins preparing to head out.
帝さん、それでは行ってきますね。
わかった。気をつけてな。
それで、どこに行くんですか？
What do you say we get something to eat first? We might as well eat out while we're at it.
私は別に構いませんが。
There are all sorts of dishes out there we can't make at the cafe. Speaking of which, is there anything you want to eat?
そうですね。何でもいいですよ。
There it is, the dreaded "I'm fine with anything but not actually anything" line.
Alright, that leaves only one option, alligator.
Oh,
So, something like pasta?
or étouffée?
なぜそんな怯えつつ。やっぱ
I
り
did not know I was supposed to
そ
in
んな
that
こと言
line.
いましたっけ私。
No, that seemed like something a girl would like. But I suppose we already serve pasta at the cafe.
Oh yeah.
Let's eat something else today.
そうですね。ちなみに高峰さんは普段お昼は何を食べたりしてるんですか？
Pasta.
Potato gumbo. At school I usually eat in the cafeteria. But before I started working here, I'd just make something simple for lunch, or I'd have ramen if I happened to be out.
人気なんですよね。そんなに美味しいんですか？
Wait, don't tell me you've never had ramen.
Surprise.
袋麺とか中華屋さんのラーメンなら食べたことはあるんですが、そういったお店は経験がないんです。
Huh. You know what's really weird? I've never had ramen from a, like, legit Japanese restaurant either. And I literally have a mall near me that has an entire floor dedicated to ramen restaurants.
Well, here's your sign to go check it out.
Yeah. Do you wanna try going to one?
でも高峰さんはいつも食べてるなら別の方がいいんじゃないですか？
Nothing wrong with the solid standby.
I haven't had ramen since I started working at the cafe, actually. Besides, after talking about it, I'm kinda craving noodles now.
ならお願いしてもいいですか？
Sweet.
Dude.
Bro. I still can't believe you've never had ramen before.
機会はあったんですけど、お店に入るのがちょっと怖くて。
You mean scared of going by yourself, like with yakiniku places?
いえ、そっちではなくて、ルールを破って怒られてしまうんじゃないかと思うと怖くて。
I'm pretty sure they're only going to yell to welcome you in, and that's about it.
お店ごとにローカルルールがあるそうじゃないですか。電話が禁止されてたり、死後すら許されなかったり、ロットなるものを乱してはいけなかったり。違反したら周囲のお客さんからギルティーってボコボコに袋叩きにされるんですよね。
I didn't realize there was an Ace Attorney themed ramen place. I'm not sure where she got that information from, considering she never even had a phone until just recently.
Whoever told you that was joking, that doesn't actually happen.
本当に？
Yes, really.
じゃあ麺肩辛め野菜ダブルニンニク油増し増しなんて謎の呪文もネタですか？
Alright, so what's that referencing?
Alright. I guess technically this then gets referenced again. So this references Nene's order in Sanobawichi.
Ah.
And also, this is later in terms of the spicy double veggie extra garlic oil.
Oh, burger from Parquet?
Yep. Is then
That's
used as a
right.
burger in Parquet. So it's a running gag.
I had forgotten about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No, that one's actually real.
最初にスープを飲まなかったら退場とか、スープを先に飲んでもかき混ぜたら退場とか、店の中を見回しただけで退場とか。高菜、食べてしまったんですか？もうネタなんですか？
How do you even know about that old ramen copy pasta? Have you and Mikado actually been to that ramen place or something?
帝さん猫舌なんですよね。熱いものは全然食べられなくって。
Literally.
He's got what they call a cat's tongue. Also, he has an actual cat's tongue.
You know.
Well, that makes total sense, seeing as he is a cat.
All the salt in ramen probably wouldn't be good for him either, although cat food is quite salty.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the place I go usually doesn't have rules like that. Just don't be too loud and show some common courtesy, and you'll be fine.
いらっしゃいませ。
Ordering's easy. You just put in what you want at the machine here, and it gives you a ticket.
おすすめってあるんですか？
Let's see. I guess going something light like shoyu or shio ramen would be easier for a girl to eat.
じゃあ醤油にします。
I'll go with shoyu too.
After I order for the both of us, we find a couple of seats at the counter that had just opened up and sit down.
食券預かります。
麺か。
Yeah. Stop that. They don't do that kind of thing here. Seriously, they're gonna think you're screwing with them.
そうなんですか？気をつけないと。ドキドキ。高菜トラップはどこですか？
They don't have that here either. Relax. You don't need to know anything about ramen to eat here. All you have to do is enjoy your food.
そういうことでしたらよかった。実はとっても楽しみなんですよ。
No need to be nervous. Go ahead and savor every bite.
はい。
She smiles happily. People like me and Hiroto would normally scoff at the idea of eating ramen on a date. But I'm glad to see how excited Akazuki-san seems to be at the prospect. Also, we know from the last episode, actually the last couple of episodes, Hiroto's not a good reference point.
Mm-mm.
Like Shiki-san said, doing something special might be nice, but the most important thing is to have fun.
醤油ラーメンお待たせしました。
ラーメン来たー。ありがとうございます。写真を撮っても怒られないんですよね。
Nah, go ahead. I'd recommend eating it while it's still hot, though.
わかってますよ。それで美味しさが損なわれたら本末転倒ですからね。でも思い出のために少しだけ。美味しそうに撮れた。よかった。それじゃあいただきます。
Yep.
食べ方に順番はないですよね。
Nope. Eat however you'd like.
はい。
First, she takes a sip of the soup. She seems to like it. Then, with the same gusto, she begins slurping up her noodles.
おいしい。味に深みがあって程よく麺とスープが絡まり合ってマリアージュ。
The way her lips glisten from the soup looks oddly alluring. I feel myself.
You know, it does feel good. being on a ramen date with another white-haired protagonist. Like, at least this one's not gonna be sad.
Spoilers? Maybe?
Yes, there's nothing sad in Sonobuichi.
Well, thanks.
A game that is, I think, 8 years old. 9 years old.
I haven't played it.
You'll forget about it by the time we do.
Will I? I'm going to lodge this in my memory very firmly, so when we play through it, I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. Anyway, I feel myself staring. Uh-oh. At this rate, my noodles aren't getting cold, but soggy too. I start slurping up my own noodles, savoring my first taste of ramen in a while. Concentrating on our ramen, the two of us continue slurping our noodles wordlessly.
ごちそうさまでした。とっても美味しかったです。
I'm glad you liked it.
お腹もいっぱいで幸せですよ。今日は素敵な一日でした。
Hey, the day's just getting started. All we did was eat lunch.
あと、そうでした。私に付き合ってほしい場所があるんでしたっけ？
I was about to say, that's kind of a bad sign if she's already ready to peace out.
一
Yeah.
体どこに行くんですか？
Let's see. We just ate a big. I was about to make a joke about that. Actually, I was about to be like, we just ate a big lunch. Time to go on this roller coaster. What?
I mean,
I want you to go to an amusement park with me.
and right on the roller coaster. Bleh. In the end, my choice of destination was an amusement park. I'd only just decided yesterday, and the holiday season is already in full swing.
So we had Mouseland. What would be the equivalent of Universal Studios?
Let's see. Galactic?
Multiversal. Oh, Galactic. Not bad.
Yeah,
Well, I think Multiversal is also good.
no, Multiversal's actually, I think, better, especially considering how they like to do naming conventions in this. Multiversal, I'm trying to think of another word for studios and I'm coming up short.
Me too.
Multiversal Soundstage. No, that just sounds weird. Anyway. As a result, it wasn't easy getting us tickets, but with the help of Hiroto and Shiki-san, I somehow managed to do it. Shiki-san had advised me not to focus too much on making the date special. Nevertheless, Akazuki-san and I normally spend a lot of time together already, so I wanted to take her somewhere a bit different than usual. Otherwise, I felt like it'd just be a normal outing for the two of us, and not an actual date. But that said, I'm not planning to completely ignore Shiki-san's advice either. I'm not going to try too hard to make things romantic, I'm just going to have fun. That shouldn't be too hard. This is an amusement park after all. We have plenty of things to talk about.
Like,
That giant wreath.
it's pretty packed here today.
Not that I'm surprised, given how hard it was to get us tickets. Is it? This is packed? Alright. Still, it seems like we'll have to line up for a while in order to get on any rides.
You're not uncomfortable with big crowds or anything, are you?
Yeah, look at all these people.
苦手ということはありませんけど、
Hmm?
男女の組み合わせが多いですよね。これはやっぱり彼氏彼女がクリスマスデートをしてるってことですか？
Probably. It is the holiday season after all.
やっぱりそうですか。
Akazuki-san hangs her head, blushing slightly. I don't need to ask to understand why, because I'm thinking the same thing.
The two of us probably look like a couple to any onlookers.
And that's exactly what I was aiming for.
Out of curiosity, have you ever been to an amusement park, Akazuki-san?
いえ、初めてです。高峰さんは？
I've been a few times. Once or twice with Nozomi, and once for a field trip a long time ago. But this is the first time since I was a kid I've gone alone with someone. Alright, let's go, shall we?
はい、そうですね。せっかく来たんですもんね。
Let's just walk around for now. If we see a ride that looks interesting, we can check it out. I'm actually really surprised she's never been to an amusement park before.
I know.
まさに絶叫系。あんな角度で落ちるなんて。
I guess this amusement park must have some pretty safe rides.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, when you think about it, a Grim Reaper would be the worst person to go to an amusement park with. They'd be like, oh yeah, I remember 30 years ago when I took the soul of somebody who fell off that roller coaster. Ooh, wow, such a splat. Anyway.
Really uncomfortable. It was quite unfortunate.
Like,
どうして楽しそうにできるんですか？一瞬サンズの川を見たような気がします。
That doesn't sound like a joke coming from you.
Yeah, really.
あんなスピードで落下されると思い出しただけでドキドキします。
Okay, does that mean that Grim Reapers can
Have a
die?
heart.
Well, we covered that, yes.
Yeah.
Because a fear of death supposes that they're not immortal. I have questions.
Do they just live forever, but they can be killed?
I don't know. More questions. It's not helping.
Yeah, it's actually more confusing now.
Ah.
It's probably because you're not used to it. Maybe you'll enjoy it if you experience it a few more times. Want to try the loop coaster next?
さすがに連続は勘弁してください。おもらししてしまいます。
Want to try the loop coaster next?
しないって言ってるじゃないですか。
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
さっきの目は冗談ではなかったと思うんですけどね。明らかにおもらしフェチの目をしてましたよ。
No, I thought no such thing.
It most certainly is not. Also, don't say that in public. People are staring.
こうでもしないと本当にループされてはたまったものじゃありません。
How about a haunted house then?
やっぱりおもらしさせようとしてますよね。残念ながらホラー系は平気ですよ。幽霊もゾンビも作り物って知ってますから。私何せ死神ですので。
Perfect. Haunted house it is.
Yep, and cut to her screaming. Good point. But everybody knows haunted houses are fake. They're still scary despite that.
作り物って分かってるのに怖いわけがありません。
Oh, really? Then why don't we put that to the test? Looks like there's no line either.
私は一向に構いませんとも。何ですかあれ。アナの卑怯ですよ。
Well, well, where'd all that bravado from earlier go?
幽霊がどうとかゾンビがどうとかじゃなくて、単純にびっくりさせてくるのは卑怯です。
That's kind of the whole thing with haunted houses.
Yeah, I guess it's not really the same as actual fear.
Oh, but boy, is it so fun when you work at a haunted house. So much fun.
覚悟の方向性を間違えました。まさかああいう雰囲気だったなんて。
It's the one thing I don't like about a lot of horror movies that get made now.
Oh, they just rely on jump scares?
Yeah, it's just jump scares, and I'm like, making somebody jump because you went boo and someone went, that's being startled.
Yeah.
It's not being afraid. They're not the same thing.
Apparently still struggling to regain her composure, Akazuki-san quivers as she glares at the haunted house. Truth to be told, though, my heart is pounding pretty fast as well. Every time something had spooked Akazuki-san, she had grabbed onto my arm or hid herself behind my back, hugging me close. Although that certainly wasn't part of my plan, I'm glad we decided to give the haunted house a go. In fact, I almost feel like going in a second time. However, that probably won't happen.
あれはホラーアトラクションじゃないですよ。ただのびっくりアトラクションですよ。
I doubt Akazuki-san would be up for it, given how much she's still shaking. It wouldn't be very gentlemanly of me to drag her along either. Come to think of it, though...
I know it's pretty scary in there, but you didn't actually wet yourself, did you?
漏らしてなんてないですよ。
Then why are you stuttering so much?
いえ、本当に漏らしてはないんですが、でもちょっと危ういところでしたので、実は今もちょっぴり危ういです。
So you do have to use the bathroom.
Interesting. Okay.
Is that why you're shaking so much? We gotta get you to a bathroom pronto then.
Alright, then our theory about the biological functions holds true.
ゆっくりお願いします。本当にちょっと危ないので。あ、
Akazuki-san?
というのはフェイクです。まだ漏らしてません。
Was that really necessary? Anyway, the woman's restroom is just over there, but there seems to be a line. Can you hold it in?
キャハリムイ。
Okay, this would be a great time to just do your invisible Reaper thing and go behind a bush or something.
Huh.
After finishing her business, Akazuki-san and I continue enjoying our time out together.
It makes me wonder if, like, when she goes invisible, it's like, it functions almost like a transformation. So, like, she is immortal in this form, but when she turns invisible, she actually gains all the other things necessary for it? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's tied to that cloak and everything.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
There sure are a lot of people here.
Oh.
There's going to be a Christmas parade here later tonight. I guess these people are taking spots so they can get a better view.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
That's fine.
I'd forgotten that was your line.
パレードですか。なら人気のアトラクションに乗るには狙い目かもしれませんね。
Is there anything in particular you've been dying to ride?
Poor choice of words.
お目当てってほどではないですが、観覧車には乗ってみたいですね。
The Ferris wheel they have here is a rather large one. A single rotation takes almost 15 minutes.
So should we line up? It looks like most people are coming here to see the parade now, so the wait shouldn't be too long.
そうですね。それじゃあ並んじゃいましょうか。
Honestly, kind of surprised people aren't lining up to get on the Ferris wheel to watch the parade.
Yeah.
The wait only takes about 10 minutes. Finally, it's our turn.
すごい。あんなに遠くまで見えるんですね。
Whoa, man.
絶叫系でもこれくらい見えてたんでしょうけど、ゆっくり見てる余裕はなかったので。
It's really pretty, isn't it?
はい。あ、写真撮っちゃおう。
Her smile looks incredibly beautiful in the light of the evening sun. I feel myself falling in love all over again.
お店はあっちの方ですよね。さすがに見えませんか。
Akazuki-san stares happily at the scenery outside. I, on the other hand, can't take my eyes off of her.
I forgot how cramped these Ferris wheel gondolas were.
This hadn't been part of my plan either. The idea to ride it had come up naturally in conversation.
But it's making me really self-conscious.
And it was at that point that he realized that ramen probably was not the best choice for lunch.
Making you self-conscious, I almost read that as gondola.
At least you didn't say gorgonzola? Akazuki-san is extremely close. We aren't sitting side by side, but our knees are practically touching. In terms of physical distance, we were probably much closer together back at the haunted house. Nevertheless, maybe it's because I'm sitting face to face with the girl I love. But right now, my heart is thumping harder than it had all day.
Are you having fun, Akazuki-san?
はい、もちろん。とっても楽しいですよ。
Oh, glad to hear it.
ラーメンを食べて、遊園地にも初めて来て、楽しい思い出をまたたくさん作ることができました。誘ってもらえて本当に感謝してます。ありがとうございます。
Oh no, thank you for agreeing to come with me.
でも、どうして遊園地なんですか？
Amusement?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
ここに来た目的です。どういう要件で遊園地に来たんですか？わざわざ私も一緒にだなんて。楽しんでいるのも感謝してるのも本当ですよ。すっかり私が楽しんでばっかりだったので、高峰さんがここに来た目的を忘れてしまって。
Right. Well, don't worry about it. I've already done what I came here to do.
いつの間に？邪魔になっていないならいいんですが。
Akazuki-san then turns her eyes back to the scenery outside. She looks delighted as she gazes out the window. That was my goal all along.
By the way, there's something I want to give you. It's nothing much, but here. I got you a new case and a portable charger for your phone. It might be a little too practical for a gift, but I thought it'd be better than something you'd never use.
ありがとうございます。
Looking dumbfounded, Akazuki-san accepts my gift.
私も渡したいものがあるんです。手袋なんですけど、受け取ってもらえますか？
Oh, well, this is really awkward. I traded my hands for the phone case and charger.
Now I'm imagining him with the robot devil's hands. Yeah, of course. Thank you. This makes me really happy. Seriously.
私も嬉しいです。けど、私でよかったんですか？
What?
このプレゼントもそうですけど、クリスマスシーズンですから、他の人の方が良かったんじゃないかと思って。
Why would I? If anything, there wouldn't have been any point coming here without you.
私じゃないと？
I wanted to come with you, Akazuki-san.
それ、
Even Akazuki-san should be able to interpret that. She turns to look at me once again. She stares directly at me, a little taken aback.
それは、でも今まで私というか死神に関して詳しい説明をしたことがありませんでしたよね。
Well, we can finally check off stuff on our list.
All right, let's go. Huh? No, I guess not.
いい機会ですから話を聞いてもらえませんか？高峰さんには聞いておいてほしいんです。
Like, right now?
今です。
All right.
ありがとうございます。それじゃあどこから話せばいいか。
And that's how the moon formed. That was when I was born. Well, for starters, you did tell me that before your job was to guide the souls of the dead and capture wayward butterflies.
今から話すのはその先のことになります。蝶々はこぼれ落ちた魂の残滓、執着を失ってしまった魂 というのも話しましたよね。では蝶々を集めて返した後はどうなると思いますか？
Huh. What happens to them? Well, they get reincarnated, don't they? I thought that's why you captured them in the first place.
最終的にはそうなる予定ですが、まずは失われた生への執着を取り戻す必要があります。ですから蝶々となった魂は別の形で再び現世に降りるんです。そしてとある仕事に就き、いろんな人の人生に触れ、それらを通して人や世界への興味や執着を取り戻す。
Wait. So what you're saying is...
つまり死神というのは一時的な存在なんですよ。新たに生まれるための準備期間といったところでしょうか。
Oh,
Huh.
wow. That is not what I was expecting at all.
Me neither.
Okay, so not immortal. At all.
ですから
No.
肉体的な成長があるわけではなく、死ぬこともありません。
Oh, well, that's a little confusing.
A little bit, yeah. Wait. So once this transitional phase ends, you'll be reincarnated for real?
生まれ変わって改めて新たな人生を送ることになります。私とても楽しいです。この遊園地での時間もですけど、お昼のラーメンも先日の焼肉も、スマホに思い出が増えていくのも、それなりに長く生きてきましたけど、今が一番楽しいです。高峰さんがいて、夏目さんがいて、のぞみさんもめいさんもすずねさんも、みんなで一緒に働いて、お客さんがたくさん来て、おいしいって笑顔になってくれる。そしたら私も嬉しくなります。これまで生きてきたことを考えれば短い時間かもしれません。でも今までの中で一番キラキラと輝いてる気がします。とってもキラキラして毎日が充実しています。
That cheerful smile on her face looks so warm and radiant right now. Perhaps that's proof of how truly satisfied she feels in her heart of hearts. But doesn't that mean she's already prepared to be reincarnated? There's a lot I want to say, but I have no idea how to say it.
もう一周してしまいましたね。降りましょうか。
I turned to look outside as well. Before I'd realized it, the lofty view from our gondola vanished and we were back on the ground.
今日は本当にありがとうございました。とても楽しかったですよ。
No problem. I'm glad you had fun.
Akazuki-san and I step off the gondola. While I'd been listening to her talk, our allotted time on the ride had come to an end, as had my chance to tell her how I felt about her. But, of course, Akazuki-san already knows. That's why she said she'd tell me the truth about Grim Reapers. And so, my opportunity to confess my feelings came and went. Afterwards, we quietly made our way home. We didn't speak much on the way back. Or maybe we did, but I couldn't recall anything about the conversation at all. By the time I realized where I was, I had collapsed onto my bed.
So, long story short, she turned me down.
Akazuki-san knew what I wanted to say, which is why she clarified the situation to me. She's a Grim Reaper, and I'm a human. I suppose that was her way of letting me down nicely. But it wasn't like I'd actually confessed to her, and Akazuki-san hadn't explicitly rejected me either. So there was no reason for things to get awkward between us. Perhaps I should send her a message, telling her we should go back to the way things were tomorrow. But then it occurs to me that she might have actually turned me down simply because she isn't attracted to me. That's entirely possible as well. The reason I hadn't considered that at all was because I'd been too excited about our date. Suddenly, I look at my phone to see I've gotten a message from Hiroto.
どうだった
I'd received the message a few hours ago. He probably couldn't contain his curiosity.
I guess he didn't end up finding a date of his own either.
I feel bad about ignoring him after all he had done to help me.
She said no.
That short message is probably enough. I send the same thing to Shiki-san before tossing my phone aside.
This is the first time I've ever been turned down.
It really is.
I mean, it's also, I was about to say, it's the first time he's ever confessed to anyone either, so,
Well, yeah, but I mean, even in the game, the way we played it.
Huh. Yeah, you're right, actually. But it's only natural since it's also the first time I've ever confessed to anyone.
The two of us had gone out, ate ramen, shared laughs at the amusement park. The time we'd spent together had felt like a wonderful dream. The reason I think that is undoubtedly because
It still doesn't feel like I've been rejected at all. If anything, it feels like there's been no clear outcome.
true.
Maybe it would have been better if she just outright rejected me after all. No, that probably would have hurt even more. I might have even cried. Ah! This is torture.
Meanwhile,
どうかしたのか何があったのだ
わかりますか？
わからいでか
うん
放っておいてほしいのならそのあからさまな態度をやめろ話を聞いてほしそうにいじけたふりをしている子供にしか見えんぞ
little harsh, Mikado.
実は今日高峰さんが私を誘ったのはクリスマスのデートだったみたいです。
喧嘩でもしたか
いえ、その逆と言いますか、告白をされそうになったんだと思います。
多分
直前でその告白の前に言いましたから、私がもうすぐいなくなることを。
そうか
私は高峰さんに幸せになってもらいたい。それが一番の望みですから。
その本人がお前を選んだのだろ
だからこそ答えられないんじゃないですか。私じゃダメです。ちゃんと一緒にいられる人でないと。
それはそうかもしれんが
今の高峰さんを見てください。昔とは全然違います。とっても明るくなりました。なのに一緒にいられない私じゃダメです。あの人には今度こそ幸せになってほしいですから。カフェステラと死神の蝶。
Alright, well, unfortunately, we're going to have to call this episode here. We know it's a little bit of a short one, but that's just kind of how it happened this time. But in spite of that, we have learned a lot, and I was not expecting that at all. I
No, me
never would have
neither.
seen that one coming with Reapers being temporary beings. Wow.
Yeah. So it means like you remember at the end of Maze Route,
Mm-hmm.
where she basically fills up the entire Mikado lantern thing,
Right, yeah.
and they all just kind of head off. So that means that when they head off, they are going to form, or they are forming a new Reaper, right?
Sounds
they
like
get
it.
formed into one.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know. I don't think I that's just such a fascinating twist to the story. There
Yeah, it
really
is.
was no kind of indication in any of the other
Mm-mm.
routes that that's what happened to the butterflies.
No. And I guess, like, why would there be, right? Because
Yeah.
it's relevant to her and Mikado. It's not
That's
for
true.
the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there really wasn't a whole lot of point to learn, even in the common route, about Reapers and the
Mhm.
nature of them.
It does explain also why, like, so all of them do matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of those fragments matter to form a Reaper,
Yeah.
and then that Reaper gets reincarnated into a person. So it does make sense why it was so important for them to get May to learn how to,
Release them so they didn't dissolve because
yeah.
they would just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I wonder if it's a situation too where if the butterfly is strong enough, like we saw in Nozomi's route, it only takes
Yeah.
the one butterfly. Or
Yeah.
maybe because of the nature of Lady Akaiwa, she was able to just instantaneously reincarnate. Because, I mean, even Kanna said reincarnation.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
So maybe it was just because she's special and strong.
That could be.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be the same kind of principle, like if Takamine Kousei were to suddenly die, maybe he would just be like,
Yeah.
"Boop, new person." I don't know.
That's probably true because he has the same power.
That's true. You're right. It just hasn't been as developed. That also makes a lot of sense about why his ability is so dangerous too, to actually absorb the butterflies into his own soul.
Yeah. Although when you think about it, the butterflies will always in some way absorb or merge into something else, I guess. It's just, is it a Reaper or,
Yeah. And as a side note, this entire conversation, as we're talking about all of these soul fragments and whatnot being absorbed to form a new Reaper, all I can think of is Mass Effect.
Oh. Yeah, different kind of
A
Reapers.
completely different kind of Reaper. I do love those games, though. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It really does make me wonder, okay, so it cannot be a situation where she gives up her immortality or something like that. I do kind of wonder, there's got to be some way that it balances out down the line.
There has to be.
I just don't know how. Maybe, okay, wild hair theory.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a situation if she becomes contented enough and she ends up accepting Kosei's feelings, which she will, it somehow cheats the system in a way that allows her to just skip the giving up her form as a Reaper and just reincarnate as she is? If that makes sense? So, like, it drops the immortality state and she just becomes a human, but still Kanna.
Yeah, she becomes just human Kanna.
Yeah. That is my theory about what's going to happen.
Okay, that does make sense. I'm gonna think through what I think my theory will be.
Okay, yes, I would like to hear your theory in the next episode. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. For now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.